Hi guys, my name is Jasmine and today I am back with another Get Ready With Me. I thought it would be fun to play with some makeup and just chat about how things are going. So I am going to jump right into it. First, I am going in with a product that I have not used yet, and it won't open. It's the NARS Smooth and Protective Primer Broad Spectrum SPF 50. My mom sent this to me, and I'm going to be doing a picnic at the park with my friend Maddie today, so I thought, why not give it a try. I'm just going to take a little bit on my fingers. Very thick, like thick with two C's. I'm just going to smush all over my face. Yeah, as I said, I have a picnic planned with my friend Maddie because social distancing is very important to both of us, so we like to plan things that are outside, especially while the weather is so nice. Next, I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk in the shade 550 Light Medium, and I'm just going to put it on my Eco Tools sponge. And just smear that all over my face. But yeah. And then tonight I have a movie night planned with two of my friends, one of my roommate and another friend of ours who is a part of our circle. So that'll be really, really fun. We're not sure what we're going to watch yet, but like a week ago I made brownies and they didn't come out of the pan properly. So we like salvaged what we could of like the regular brownies. And then I'm going to go in with my CoverGirl True Blend Concealer in the shade Classic Ivory. Train of thought. Brownies. So we salvaged, we got as many like whole regular sized brownies that we could out of it, and then I saved the like little like crumbly bits that like fell out of the pan, and I was like, hey, these would make really good brownie sundaes. So I invited Roslyn over for this weekend, because this was earlier this week that this happened. This week seems way too long, and some weeks fly by, and this week seemed to drag along like a one-legged horse. Anyways, so she's gonna come over, we're gonna make brownie sundaes, it'll be really, really fun, and I'm not sure what we're gonna watch yet, but whatever we watch, we'll have a good time. This is starting to get difficult to use, but I'm just going to go in with another tiny layer, which is honestly really common for me with this concealer, just because it layers so well. Last night I got the chance to FaceTime with my friend, one of my best friends from high school, Hill, and she is incredible. She's one of those people where like I'm really grateful for playing lacrosse, not because I like absolutely loved lacrosse, it was fun, but because I probably wouldn't have been close with Hillary if I hadn't, and so I just view lacrosse and being friends with Hillary as synonymous, and I don't know what I would do without her. She's my sanity in a lot of ways. Next, we're going to go in with my Coty Airspun powder in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage, and this big fluffy Morphe brush. I don't know what kind of brush it is, it doesn't have anything on the handle, but I'm just gonna dust this all over my face. I don't feel that this foundation like needs to be set, like it moves around, it just, the bronzer and the blush doesn't really like blend well over it if it's still like dewy. This is a very dewy foundation. Then I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques blush brush and these two shades, the last two out of my Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. And I'm just going to start on my neck and then bronze the perimeter of my face. Every day I tell myself that I'm going to go light-handed with the bronzer, and every day I lie to myself because I love bronzer. And also, I kind of like some parts of my face to at least match my shoulders. Then I'm going to go in with this Lorac blush in the shade Chroma, and I'm just going to rosy up my cheeks. Now it is time for brows, so I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in the shade Taupe, and I'm just going to brush up my hairs. What else is going on in my life? My classes. See, okay, so I'm taking 17 units this quarter, and this does not feel like a 17-unit quarter. I feel like some of my classes take way more work than they should, or I just like don't understand what's going on in them. And then that's only like 2 of my classes, and then the rest of my classes are super easy, and they take like a minimal amount of work, and then I'm done. Next, I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. I'm just going to fill in any sparse areas. I'm going to get so used to using this that I won't know how to go back to my pomade that I was using for the longest time. Now that brows are done, it is time to go on with highlight. This is my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in the shade Opal. And then I'm just going to take this small Eco Tools brush and dust this on the high points of my face. Now I'm going to go in with my Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer and just pat that on my eyelids. So I was talking about classes. So my most interesting class by far, it's funny, it's actually a GE, and sometimes I feel like my favorite classes are the GEs. Maybe that's not a good thing, but I think once I get more into like my specific major courses, I'll like my major courses better. Right now it's just a lot of prereqs, so it's like different kinds of engineering courses, physics, programming, things like that I need to know before I go into my like biomechanics and biosystems and other kinds of BMed classes, my FDA regulations class. I'm just going to take this big fluffy eyeshadow brush and the shade Enhance out of the Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. As I was saying, so my most interesting class is my Women's Health Issues class, which when I first tell people like, oh, I'm taking women's health issues, they're like, you're just learning about periods. I'm like, no, we're learning about a bunch of different things. For example, women who don't smoke are 70% more likely to get lung cancer than men who don't smoke, because estrogen plays a very specific role in the way that lung cancer tumors develop. So like things like that you, like I didn't know that. If you knew that, congratulations, you're really smart. Now I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remaster palette, and I just want to play with like these tones, and maybe like that shade, or the Trust Fund shade. I'm not sure yet. I'm very excited though. And so I'm just going to start with the shade Sandalwood, and just fluff that in my crease. Anyway, so I didn't know that. And then last week we had our exam. We've learned about like nutrition, like sexual and reproductive health, exercise, eating disorders, lots of different things. And I have to do this fact sheet. So it's basically just like, it's kind of like an informational pamphlet that you would hand out. Like if someone was like, oh, I want to learn more about X and such, then you can like hand them this fact sheet. I'm just going to take this little pointer brush into that same Sandalwood shade. I'm just going to drag it on my lower lash line. I'm going to take the shade Henna. I've never used this shade on my eyes, so I'm just going to kind of tap in lightly. And I'm just going to try and like build it up in the outer third before pulling it into my crease. Anyways, long story short, I think this class is incredibly interesting and useful. And so I've been greatly enjoying it. My professor's super cool. I think she's dope. And that's my favorite class, a GE. It's nothing to do with my major. Although you could argue like biomedical engineering and like some sort of public health course kind of tie hand in hand. I'm just going to take that henna shade and that same Eco Tools pointer brush and just drag that on the outer half of my lash line. trying to decide if I want to add a little bit more depth or not. Let's try it. You know what? Full send, no balls. My friend Kai says that all the time. Well, I mean, he used to. I don't know if he still says that. I don't hang out with him as much anymore because we go to schools in different states. But I picked up on that lovely saying from him. I'm just going to take this brush from Eco Tools and the Enhanced Shade again and just clean up. I don't really love the shape that I made on this side. And this side too, apparently. I can't help myself. Okay, so I think this is as good as this is going to get. I need to stop futzing with it. I could sit here all day and just blend, and then erase with my little Eco tool, and then blend, and then fix, and then more, and then take away, and just all day. But I like eyeshadow, so don't mind that too much. I'm gonna go in with the shade Blast, which is like this, like a little bit bronzy gold, as you can hopefully see right there. And I'm just gonna lightly tap this on the inner half of my eyelid. I'm just gonna take a little bit of Trust Fund and I'm just gonna pat it over the center, where like that bronze will meet those more orangey tones. And then I can't help myself, I'm gonna take a little bit of bubbly and just do lightly on the inner. So I'm just gonna take that same highlighter and just dot that on my inner corner. I'm not mad about this. It's so fun to play again because I've been so focused on hitting pan in the shades for my Roulette Pan collab that sometimes I forget to just explore. Now I'm going to go quickly off camera and put on eyeliner and mascara. So this is the Cargo Swimmables eyeliner in the shade, I think this is the shade Pebble Beach. I've sharpened where the name used to be, so I'm pretty sure this is shade Pebble Beach. It's the brown. And then I have the Wander Mile High Club Volume and Length Mascara, so I will be right back. I am back. I'm just going to give myself a quick spritz of this Maya Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. So fancy. And then I always love doing more fun makeup when I see Maddie because she knows how much I enjoy the actual act of putting on my makeup, and so she is never like, why are you nice? Why are you She's just always like, oh, Jasmine had fun this morning, and I really appreciate her just in general. So this is just a fun side effect. Then, if you haven't checked out my 21 Lippies video, make sure to go do that. I will link it in the description box below. But I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in the shade Clear, and I'm just going to lightly outline my lips just because I'm trying to pan this. Will you stop that? I still stand by the fact that clear lip liners are dumb, and I don't understand why they were invented or how one got into my collection, but whatever. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of this Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lipstick in the shade Spice, and I'm just going to dab this on my lips. Not swipe, just kind of. This shade makes a really blotted lip color. Makes a really pretty blotted lip color. I think that is everything. I'm very happy with how this turned out. So I hope that you enjoyed kind of hanging out with me, watching me do my makeup, watching me play with that Huda palette. If you did like it, make sure to comment, subscribe, do all that jazz, and I hope to see you back here very soon. Thank you guys.